Hi everyone, I'm Joel Baird, the General Manager of Missoula Community Access Television. Thank you for taking the time to learn a little bit about the City Council race coming up. I wanted to let you know that this is a mail-in ballot race. Ballots are going to be sent out by the Missoula County Election Office on October the 16th. If you don't receive a ballot in the mail after a few days, like by October 20th, please research it. We're excited for people to participate in this race. Often local races have the biggest impact on your lives, and in this 2019 race, all the mail-in ballots have to be in by Tuesday, November 5th at 8 p.m. So if you don't receive your ballot, there's a number you can call, which is the Missoula County Elections Office, and that number is 531-4026. So now I'd like to introduce Sandra Vesecka. She is a candidate for Ward 6. Welcome, Sandra. Thanks for taking the time to be on this show.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Welcome. Well, I sent the same questions to all the candidates, so to be fair. And each candidate, of course, can answer in their own way. So here you go with your first question. What's inspired you to seek this office for Ward 6?
Well, I've always been known to research things. I want to see what's happening in the world, what's happening in my town. I got really frustrated with the house prices because I just got married last year.
Oh, congratulations.
And so we wanted to be first-time home buyers.
Sure.
And then we were looking at houses and they were so expensive. And then I was looking at everything to do with owning a home, you know, property taxes, and I was wondering why those were getting so expensive as well. So I kind of went down a couple of rabbit holes, and then I saw that there was a city council election coming up, and so I looked at the requirements to do that, and turns out I can run. So I figured, you know, if you want to get something done right, you might as well do it yourself.
Great. So that's how it started. Like, you came right up against what a lot of people have been expressing as the frustration with the Missoula housing market. Mm-hmm. Expensive houses, tiny, tons of money, and then lots of taxes once you're in.
Mm-hmm. And I also work in an insurance agency, so I see a lot of folks that have been living here their whole lives, and they have to come and reduce the coverage on their home so that they can afford their property taxes that year. And that kind of broke my heart a little bit, and so I wanted to see if I can do something about that as well.
Okay. And how have you campaigned? Like, what methods have you used, and what's come of that?
Well, I'm not going to give away all of my secrets, but you know, the sign locations have been great. Little kids have expressed that they like, I'm the girl with the signs next to my bus stop, and it's really cute. And of course, I've been knocking doors. Like I mentioned, I do have a job, so my boss has been so wonderful and flexible with my schedule, so that I can get out on those doors and meet people face to face. And it's been really fun. And I'm an outgoing person, so it's been wonderful meeting my neighbors.
Yeah. And then Ward 6, like, what areas would comprise your ward?
So Ward 6 is. So I live over by West Side Lane, so that's kind of a good pinpoint location, and it goes down to South Avenue and kind of follows the train tracks to Russell Street, and then it goes over to Reserve Street, and then on the other side of that towards the river, whatever is not county over there. Yeah. And then also they rezoned the district last year, so this year it goes a little bit over the river as well, to over kind of by Walmart and that Albertsons area and those apartments over there.
Okay. And then what have people been telling you in that area? Like, what are their big concerns?
So it's been really exciting because I go in with my concerns, and it's exciting seeing what other people's concerns are. They're, of course, property taxes, and then also they feel a lack of voice. So they feel like, you know, they're just one person. What can they do to help? And they feel like everything that they are frustrated with just falls on deaf ears. So they don't feel like they're being heard. And then also sidewalks. The sidewalks and roads over in my ward are really, they're not very, I mean, if the sidewalks are even existent at all.
Right.
And there's a lot of potholes in the area too. And a lot of folks that recently got annexed in are expressing concern about how they used to get their roads plowed, and they aren't anymore ever since they became owned by the city instead of the county. So that was an interesting frustration that I wasn't aware of either.
Right. Okay, here's question 3. What's the biggest challenge you'd like to help Missoulians overcome?
Well, lack of transparency, of course, property taxes. I'm a huge fan of our police department, our first responders, and I'm really happy that they finally are getting more police officers with the recent 6 more getting on the force. and I have friends and family that are on the force, and I just I want them to be safe out there, and I feel like they weren't being very well represented. So I want to make sure that their priorities are being met, and their safety is my biggest concern for that. And also, of course, the property taxes. I feel like we can't tax ourselves into prosperity. And then we also have a debt problem. And I think that we can't spend our way out of our debt problem. So I think we need to hone in on our spending and get that a little more under control.
Okay, here's one that you'd ask me about, and this is meant to be the positive, the one's the tough. What are some of the great opportunities that City Council could help Missoulians realize?
Well, Missoula is a great city, and our community, everyone is just so nice. And I think that we can show how wonderful and caring our community is and the people that live here by allowing more individual responsibility. We have all these great bike trails. I think that folks now that, especially with in my ward with the tunnel underneath Russell Street.
Oh, that's brand new.
Yes, I'm
right?
really excited about that because I want to bike to work, but I work on the other side of Russell Street, and it's just terrifying crossing that on my bike. So I'm really excited about that. And then, of course, we have all those great parks. The MRL park was just completed, and that I was a little frustrated with the cost about it, but it seems to be really popular. I drive by it almost every day, and it seems to be really popular.
Great. And you're already up to your closing remarks of your choice. It's your time to, make your pitch to the constituency.
Well, I'm really excited to be your next representative in our ward. I feel like I'm going to be a great candidate, or I am a great candidate, but I feel like I'll be a great council member. I work really well with others, and I have a lot of experience in leadership. When I was in college, I was elected president of my Toastmasters Club. I'm not the best public speaker in the world, but I was great at leadership. So I was able to increase their membership and help fundraise and get a lot of our spending under control with that club as well. I also just want to make the city beautiful. I want to make it financially responsible again. It's been discovered, and the population is only going to increase, but I think that we can get a handle on that, and we can work together as a community. And I don't have a website because those cost money, but Facebook is free. Right. So my Facebook, it's facebook.com/Sandra Vesecka. That's V as in Victor, ASECKA. And then I also have my email is veseckaforcitycouncil@gmail.com, and that's an FOR in there. So veseckaforcitycouncil@gmail.com. And please reach out to me, Facebook message me if you have any questions or concerns. I want to be your voice, and I want to protect your tax dollars. Great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're most welcome. Sandra, thanks for taking the time, too.
Thank you. Oh, and I also wanted to have a huge thank you to my husband, who's been super supportive, my boss, of course, who's also been really supportive and flexible, and to all of my the people who've been supporting me, all the citizens, all my donors. I couldn't be doing this without you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, and thank you, dear viewer, for taking a look at the City Council race for 2019. You've just visited with Sandra Vesecka. She's a candidate for Ward 6. And once again, this is a mail-in ballot election. The ballots are going out on October the 16th. So if you don't receive a ballot in the mail, please follow up. Please check it out, and please use your right to vote this year. If you have questions about your mail-in ballot, and if you haven't received it, you can call the Missoula County Elections Office at 531-4026. Well, for MCAT, I'm Joel Baird. Thanks for taking the time.